In this video, I'm going to talk about how to add in eyes, and or if you're going to add eyes on to the side. I don't recommend poking in, but I do recommend like kind of pushing where you want your eyes to be, so that way it's almost like a little pocket your eye can rest in. So I'm going to have one eye here and one eye here. I'm going to first start by grabbing some clay and creating 2 spheres, one for each eye. So let's see, there's a chunk and there's a chunk, and I'm making them at the same time so they're hopefully a little bit symmetrical. All right, so once I've got that eye shape, I'm going to go ahead and squish it flat a little bit to be a little bit more rounded. Okay, so at this point, I'm going to slip and score and attach my eyeball on. Slip and score, wiggle press. I'm not going to weld because I don't want it to look like it's a part of the face. I'm just going to really press it in there, but not so hard that it loses its shape. Now the other side. All right, so I have a couple of options from here. I can add on an eyelid, and I can also impress the texture so that way it looks like an eye. So I'm going to go ahead and impress the texture. So I just take the end of a fork and push in, and that creates a little eyeball. And I also, I kind of just like to add eyelids. That's a thing that I like to do. So I'm going to get a little piece of clay, roll it up into a coil, and then squish it flat. And then I get to slip and score and add it on to the side. So let me grab a toothbrush, slip and score, slip and score. And this one I am going to weld, which means I am going to smooth it out with my fingers so that way it attaches a little bit. And there, I've built a nice little eyelid. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make a slab. I'm going to cut out my tooth shape, which in this case is going to be sort of triangular. I'm actually going to cut out a couple of teeth. All right, once I've got my teeth, I'm ready to just slip score and sort of smooth it in there. So I'm going to, a little odd angle here. I've already slipped and scored here, and I'm going to slip and score my tooth, and I'm going to wiggle and press it in. And then I am going to smooth it slightly, but not a huge amount. And I'll just do that a few more times. I'm going to talk about different ways that you can sort of add in some texture. So let's say I want to add in some nostrils. Just impressing with your tool does a lot. You also have these skewers. Skewers you can impress as well and add in textures. So I'm adding some texture in with the fin, just like that. You can draw in texture as well. So I'm drawing in some lines. Another thing I like to do is take some marker lids and sort of impress a design. So let's say I want some circles. I can impress the design that way as well. And that's kind of a fun way to add in some extra texture. And I can go back in. The end of a skewer is a good way to add in texture too, because it does a nice little circle as well. So those are just some of the ways you can go in and add texture. Do remember that we are glazing these, and so glazing a texture on or a surface pattern can be an option as well.